Hey all, Casey Currie here with my podcast channel, Where to Next. It's been a while, but we've had some good times, and now it's Vegas to Reno, and we wanted to do a little recap of where we've been, what we've been up to, how the Trophy Jeep is doing, and what it's going to take for Vegas to Reno to happen. The Trophy Jeep is a 1,000 horsepower, 40-inch tall tire machine. The thing has 27 inches of travel in the back, 22 in the front. It's all-wheel drive. It's got a high-speed transfer case and a low-speed transfer case. It's got a sprag gear that's lockable. The Trophy Jeep is designed for the rocks as well as going fast in the desert. To me, it's the all-around vehicle that ties right into the family business of Currie Enterprises. Well, the Mason all-wheel drive is gnarly. The speeds that the trucks are going in the desert are unreal. But I don't know if they'd work that well in the King of the Hammers on the rocks. They carry 2 spare tires. They carry a lot more fuel. They're a lot bigger truck, designed to go a lot faster. The rear suspension and even front suspension designed a little bit different in the aspect of they're fully designed to go as fast as they can in the desert. And obviously they show it. Those things are beasts. But for the Trophy Jeep, it's, you got to add in the factor of the rocks. It's crazy to think that the Trophy Jeep has done jackhammer, sledgehammer, all these crazy iconic trails in the rocks. And it literally feels and does such a great job in the rocks. It is a lot of fun to drive in those rock trails. Vegas to Reno is one of my favorite races of the year. So am I stoked to race? Yes, I am. It's 500 miles of Nevada desert, straight haul and butt. So this year we are racing in the unlimited full drive. It is the Ultra 4 class. The reason we're racing in this class is there's over 13 entries pre-entered. It's one of the biggest full-size classes, and I think it's going to be a great day of competition. Best run for the money. Probably Gomez brothers. Those boys send it all day long. They're fast in everything they drive, and I think we have to have a good day to beat them. The part of the course that I don't like the most is probably getting near the finish line. There's just some slower sand wash sections that you're just paranoid that you're going to get a flat tire. When it rains out there, the rocks stand up and some of the trees and shrubs fall down, and it's just easy to get a flat tire. So some of those sand wash areas, that's fresh tracks, super fun that it's fresh tracks. It's just got to be careful that you don't get a flat. Vegas to Reno in one word: wide open. Specific mods that we've done for Vegas to Reno since the last time we've raced it. Complete new programming in the electronic shocks from Fox. We did new gearing in our Fortin transfer case, as well as a lot of tuning of the shocks. We also did some new Willwood brakes to get a little bit more stopping power out of it. Well, we're running a Currie rear end. It's basically our fabricated 10-inch, and in the front, we're running our independent 9-inch intersection with 40 spline inner stub axles. Honestly, I like both. I love the fact that Vegas to Reno is fast, and I love the fact that you can open it up. But I also love Mexico. I love pre-running. I like being down there with my family and my friends. And I like the terrain in Mexico as well. There's a lot of different types of terrain that just make it a fun day. So mindset for Vegas to Reno versus a Mexico race. It's all unknown. We're going to go myself with my co-driver, Aaron. We don't know anything, so we're going to go off the notes that are given to us with some, small notes that we've had from the past. But really, it's just him and I and focusing on what's ahead of us. We're in Mexico. Our notes are more dialed in. We know where we're going. And the terrain is a little bit rougher, but you have to just be on point with pre-running. Race of Kings has always been my nemesis. It's a race that I've never won, finished second twice, and it's a race that I want to win bad. We're all in on effort, and yes, part of going to Vegas to Reno is to focus on some of the terrain to get the trophy Jeep better, so that when it's time for hammers, we're all in. Best way for fans to follow along on race day, we will be posting all day long on our Instagram channel, on Facebook. We'll have some updates throughout those channels. And if you are a Currie Club member, we will have some live stream as well. So if you go to currieracing.com, you can check it out. Last year at Vegas Reno, I lost an engine, made the decision to go to Ray at Dugan's Engines and have him build me a monstrous engine. When we did the big engine change, we ended up changing transmissions, went back to a Turbo 400, and then we changed the rear gear to a true 10, and we went to a true 10-inch in the front as well. With that, we went to bigger brakes, and it just turned into a huge project. So we made a bunch of change. We went to King of the Hammers, and we actually had a good pace going. Wasn't the best. We had some gearing that wasn't perfect on the gear ratio, and then on top of that, we committed to Fox to put the electronic shocks on the Jeep, and I just felt that we didn't learn enough. So we went back after the Hammers. We tried to run the Mint 400 with a 2-week turnaround, and we ended up we bottomed out so hard, some zip ties broke on the bottom of the frame, making the power steering line rub on the dry shaft, spitting all the power steering fluid out, and it just still wasn't right overall. So we spent the entire summer going back to the drawing board. So Fox worked super hard with me, and we did a lot with Fox on tuning. We went out to Johnson Valley. It's over 100 degrees, and we tuned and we tested. We did all new springs on the Trophy Jeep, and then from there, they brought their electronic guy out, and we brought my Kim out, and we did a lot of testing with the electronics. So we actually spent a full day testing without ever touching a bypass tube. That's kind of crazy to say that, but all day they were just going in the Sprinter van, changing all the settings and parameters, going back to the Trophy Jeep, plugging it in. 5 minutes later, we'd go out, we do a 30-mile loop, and we did it all day long. It worked out really well. By the end of the day, we were super happy, and then we actually made a little bit more adjustment when we got home. They put some new valve in my rear coilover to help control some of the oil flow into the reservoir, and went back to Barstow and did a little bit more testing a couple weeks ago, and pretty crazy. It's working super good right now. For me, I'm not a big fan when the back end is kicking. Just not comfortable in the big bumps, and we got that taken care of. One thing in Barstow, it's super jagged and rough and square edged. So for myself, don't like that feeling of having the car and just bouncing back and forth or wanting to kick in the back. And the Trophy Jeep is a different vehicle. Obviously, it ran the King of the Hammers, and it runs up front. It ran up front this year and last year, and it's designed for the rocks as well as the desert, so it's not the ultimate at either. It's more specifically designed to do both. And with that, the coilover and bypass are on the upper link rather than the bottom link, so everything is moving ratio-wise a lot faster. But it does keep my trailing arms out of the rocks and out of damage zone when I'm in the rocks. So it's kind of the purpose of why we did what we did in the back. So it's working though. So with that, we got the gearing figured out. Pretty wild. Did a at Barstow, not even wide open, under 5,700 RPMs. It revs to over 7,000. We are doing 117 miles an hour, so it's pretty amazing to see how fast that thing will actually go. So I've hit 125 in the past across the lake bed, so hoping that I can do, I don't know, 130, 135 if I want. Probably not going to go that fast. But with that, the speeds are good. Nitto, obviously the tires are great all the time. Having the extra lugs in the sand, make it comfortable. I think that's one thing with the four-wheel drive. The Nitto's lugs are just great. I think it's stable everywhere. When you get into the rocks, to feel comfortable smashing all the rocks on even graded roads, how the embedded rocks, just it has a good feeling. So with that, we went out and did it, with the testing we did, played with the tire pressures as well, and got it working. So another big thing we did was PWR coolers. And we used to have problems where if we rev the engine super high, the water temp would get hot, and then if we lug the engine to cool the water temp down, the transmission would get hot. And now with the PWR coolers, it just runs cooler all the time. So we tried to do as much testing as we could in the desert, but obviously Vegas to Reno, it's going to be hot right now. For qualifying, it's only like a 7-mile loop, but it's going to be 105, 106 degrees, and it'll be an all-out sprint. So qualifying happens on Thursday before Vegas Reno every year. So to break it down and get into the story, Vegas to Reno is one of the oldest and most iconic desert races in the United States. It's a 500-mile desert race starting right outside of Las Vegas in Clayton. And ending right outside of Reno. So it has 13 pit stops. You can stop where you want, but it is a direct race. There is no stop at all. So you gotta, once you start, your time ends when you're finished. So it's a long race. It's a long day. Normally we take off around 10 a.m. and in a perfect day, you're gonna get to the finish line about 5 or 6 o'clock at night, right before the sun goes down. And then obviously if you have any problems, you're going to get in right after dark. So it's normally a hot day, but honestly, the race course this year is very fast. I think there's a lot of graded roads, a lot of shaly rock that's going to be on the outside edge from blading. So just going to be very careful on tires and just making sure we're not getting any punctures or flats from hitting rocks on the side. So not a lot of whoops, not a lot of nasty terrain. It's gonna be a lot of rally type roads, so be a lot of fun there. Our kind of plan with the Trophy Jeep is to get a good qualifying position. Qualifying is important just for dust. It sucks when you're in somebody's dust, and obviously it's easier to make mistakes chasing people down in the dust. So no one wants to pull over, so it makes it hard. But kind of the plan, we'll have 3 pit stops spread out throughout the day. We're still learning the big block engine, so I'm being a little bit safe on fuel mileage, just so I don't run into any problems with having it run out of gas. So should be good. Rather than that, we're hoping to have a good day. So for me, we'll have 3 chase trucks, two trucks and 1 Jeep. Jeep is so that we can go out on course or by the course down some of those dirt roads if we need, and then the trucks will be in the pits ready to go throughout the day. After that, the Trophy Jeep is ready to go. I feel confident that it's the best it's felt since we made all the changes, and just excited. I'm excited to be racing in the States. I'm excited for all the changes we made. It's been just a super hard summer, and we did a lot of work. Paul Michelle and his guys did a lot of work. We had it basically bare framed over the last couple weeks, replacing, just analyzing, making sure that everything is working. And this is a passion project for myself. Love to win. I love to go fast, and I'm excited to be back out in Vegas Reno with a well-equipped race car. Well, thanks for listening. Honestly, we're gonna get back to talking more, discussing more. getting more behind the scenes of everything going on with the race program. We got a lot of fun races coming up. We are going to do the North 500, and we are also going to race the Best in the Desert Laughlin Challenge with King of the Hammers on Ultra 4 coming as well, and adding a little rock section in. So should have a lot of fun at that event. But if you guys got any questions, comments, or want me to dive in a little bit deeper into a subject, let us know. We'll bring it up. And we're back on the podcast. Where to next?